percentage of drives. I got every NFL team and their percentage. Percentage of offensive drives that end in a punt or a turnover. So, in other words, the lowest teams are at the top of the list. Percentage of drives that end in a punt or a turnover. What do you think the 49ers percentage is? Where do you think they fall on this list?
Wow. Percentage of drives that end in a punt or a turnover. Well, only one has ended with a turnover.
Right.
And yesterday there was just the one punt. I don't recall a lot of Wisnowski in the season. He probably only has 5 or 6 punts. So I would say the Niners are at about 14% drives that end in a punt or a turnover.
Oh, wait. Now, if that was the thing, the 49ers, we would be talking Super Bowl or bust.
Oh, we already are.
Yeah, that's a little hot. The 49ers are number one. They are number one in the league.
And what's their percentage?
29%. Yeah, 29%.
29% of drives that end with a punt or a turnover?
So 3 out of every 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about how many. Yeah, like it's
Look
number
at
one.
Yesterday.
It's number
one. Touchdown.
Right.
Punt.
Okay, so that's
touchdown. Touchdown.
Oh, and that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday was pretty good. They threw one incomplete pass.
Yeah. They were 5 of 6.
They had a guy score 4 touchdowns. By the way, do you buy this thing from coaches? Do we have the sound when Shanahan was asked about Christian McCaffrey going for a 5th touchdown? And, they gave, like Purdy called his own number or Shanahan called Purdy's number. This whole thing about coaches being on the sideline and always going, oh, I didn't know. Like, do their minds actually work that way? I know Kyle doesn't have a fantasy team, and the rest of us do. And here at 95.7 The Game, I went against McCaffrey yesterday.
Ouch.
Yeah, so Evan Giddings kicked my you-know-what, and that's fine. Happy to do it. Fantasy's gone when the Niner game starts. So we root for people in red and gold to get to the paint. I don't care who it is. So that's fine. I'll happily take the L on that one. But Kyle was asked about getting Shanahan a 5th, and here it is. No. That's a different McCaffrey question. Do you have it, Grandy? You don't. Anyway, his answer was, can you do Shanahan for me here?
Sure.
Why didn't you get Christian McCaffrey a shot at his 5th touchdown? By the way, his answer was like, I didn't know he had 4 or else I would have. Go ahead.
Right. Well, I actually, if you look at the game log and stuff, I actually did give him a chance. It was 2nd and 5 from the 5 and stuff, and I thought that would be a good play right there, and I liked the formation. We went to 11, and we thought we'd spread him out and stuff, and so I gave Christian a chance, and I didn't really realize and stuff that he had that many, and I gave him a chance there, and then after that we gave it to Juice, and then they had the penalty, and then we snuck it in with Brock, but I wasn't aware of that and stuff.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
The record is 6. Alvin Kamara. Yes, 6.
Kamara didn't just do that. He did it the week of the fantasy Super Bowl. It's forever remembered by everybody.
On Christmas.
Yeah, because it's like if you had him, you won. Ball game. Like you won if you had Alvin Kamara.
I won that year.
Randy, did you have him?
Mm-hmm. It was great. Best Christmas ever.
But it ruined people's, it ruined a lot of people's Christmas. It made a lot of people's Christmas.
Yeah.
It was actually on Christmas Day?
Also, Gale Sayers and Dub Jones with 6 in their day, 1965.
I had Dub Jones on my team that year. It was a good year. We did great.
It's a 4-team fantasy league, I'm sure.
Fantasy does go back longer than you realize. That's true.
Yeah.
Like, does anybody have grandpas who are like, I was doing that back in 72? Like, it was obviously very different. You didn't have an online draft.
Correct.
Right.
Steve Rabb did our stats by hand. We had a fantasy baseball our senior year of high school, which was 1986. Steve Rabb did it by hand in a spiral notebook.
Special.
Every day he would go to the Sporting Green, shout out the Chronicle, back when it was green, and he would handwrite everybody's stats in the notebook.
Unbelievable.
With unbelievable accuracy this man.
How did you do a draft?
We did auction in person.
Well, obviously in person. You didn't get on a Zoom.
Right. I would be the auctioneer. It was about a 6-hour thing.
Good Lord.
And just running material. And, auction draft.
Anyway, I just think it's funny when coaches are like, I didn't know. You didn't know? Like, I don't know.
Well, he could have given it to him if he. I do believe him, because if he did know and he wanted it to happen, he could have. Because I just watched the game again today. 1st and goal at the 8. He gives it to Juice. Juice gets 2. Second and goal at the 5. He gives it to CMC.
Okay.
Who gets 3. Now it's third and goal from the 2. They had the hold on defense. Purdy throws an incomplete. Right. But no.
Nope.
We had holding.
Half the distance.
So now it's
of the goal.
first and goal from the 1, and they go 23 personnel. Unheard of. 2 running backs, 3 tight ends, and they give it to Juice, and he tries to jump and leap over the pile, and not so fast, my friend. And then they snuck it in with Purdy.
Yeah.
So they could have. I guess he could have given it to Christian.
Yeah, and I don't care if it gives it to him or not, but I just is the head coach that wrapped up that you don't realize that all your touchdowns to that point have been McCaffrey? You really don't know? Like, yeah, oh, jeez, I didn't even know he was having a good day. You're on the sideline watching this, right?
Yeah, but he's looking
it's
at
just
that.
Funny.
He's looking
funny
at his pad, and he's not refreshing fantasy scores.
I understand that, but like it's the same guy that went in every time.
Right.
That doesn't I don't know. These people, right? Remember when Sean McVay, they're like, do you remember what play you ran 7 years ago on 3rd and 4? And he's like, yeah, we ran XY9, blah, 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 and he rolled it off. But they don't know that McCaffrey's gone in 4 times.
Yeah, but we're on to Cincinnati.
Yeah, just didn't know.
He probably knows that Michael Wilson had 2 touchdowns against him.
Michael Wilson, speaking of 1986. I remember when he was on the 49ers back then. I didn't even know he was still playing. All right, 888-957-9570. If you can think of something to worry about with this team, fire it off, because I can't. I got nothing. This team, I'm wearing flip-flops all winter long. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do during these games, because worry is so far not happening. Jonathan in the city. Hey, Jonathan, you're on with Willard and Dibs. What's up?
Hey, just enjoying this beautiful sunshine. Happy Victory Monday. What's the worry, Mark? Maybe health, and then I'm kind of glad the defense is not playing up yet to their potential because I don't want the team peaking too early. But last time I felt this confident about our offense is we had a lefty quarterback. I mean, this Brock Purdy's, man. Hey, before I forget, he went 20 of 21. That one miss, that's for Allen Styles. Go ahead, Allen. Give us your words of wisdom about Brock Purdy. He's so lucky that he have Christian McCaffrey on the team. Did you forget that Montana had the greatest wide receiver ever to play the game? And what else should I say? We're on high alert because it's Cowboys week. Let's go, Raiders!
Yeah, there it is.
With a drive-by on Allen Styles.
Yeah, he's getting it a lot. I mean, I'll say this. Look, maybe today's not even the perfect day to do it because Christian McCaffrey was amazing and everyone's talking about him being league MVP after the game. But you remember Styles' comment that led to a conversation a couple weeks ago, which was, boy, it must be nice to have Debo and McCaffrey on your team. And it's like, I know what you're saying, Allen. I know what you're saying. Well, Debo was essentially not on the team yesterday. I know he played.
Yep.
I know he had a helmet. He was a decoy. They did not even target him in the passing game one time. So McCaffrey is the game ball guy. But the idea, if I had pitched this to you a few weeks ago, I said, hey, Brock Purdy throws for over 250, throws for just 1 incompletion. Niners score 35 points. And by the way, none of it goes to Debo. Like, absolutely none of it, because he's the guy where it's like, oh, it's a crutch. It's 3rd and 3, just here. Throw it to Debo and let him run for a first down. Brock Purdy's now played without Ayuk. He's essentially played without Debo. I don't know what it would look like, and I hope I never find out, if he were to play without Christian, but there are different scenarios on this offense that have been presented now, and he finds a way to seemingly score between 30 and 35 every time.
It's because the one guy you just mentioned has been on the field for all of it. I'm not saying that he's the ultimate crutch, but he is right now at the quarter pole, he's the most valuable player in the National Football League, and it's not only because of the touchdown total. And I looked it up earlier. LaDainian Tomlinson had 31 touchdowns in that record-setting year, because I was thinking, maybe CMC's got a chance to. Oh, wow. He's got 7 right now, McCaffrey, through 4. So he would need to pick up the pace in order to try and track down LT.
Well, you get an extra game.
You do.
You get an extra game.
You do. And I mean, heck.
What is that pace, by the way?
It's 2 a game. 31 over 16 is like 1.95.
Right.
McCaffrey's at 7 over 4, which is like 1 3/4, so he's slightly behind. He's on pace for probably 30 touchdowns, 29 or 30.
Divided by 4 times 7. 29.75.
Sure, I rounded it up. Yeah, I love when we do this and you punch at your little phone, and I do it in the brain.
Listen, these phones are expensive.
And then you corroborate. It's a corroboration sensation, and I need that.
Christy's always telling me you're addicted to your phone. I'm like, no, this is expensive. I'd like to use it.
Yeah, you got to utilize it.
Yeah.
To your point about Debo the decoy, no targets and 3 carries, and he played 48 snaps, which was 87%. But I don't even think that you need to use him as a decoy. The thing about this offense is Christian McCaffrey is a lot like Steph in terms of his gravity. So you have to pay attention to where he is, and you have to find him because he's not always in the backfield. And on at least 2 of the carries, Debo lined up as the tailback, and McCaffrey was flared out as the wide receiver. The other time they gave it to him on a little end around, which I thought was kind of neat. Get Debo a touch. And they ran that little end-around reverse action, and he got like 5 or 6. But because McCaffrey is so versatile, and Juszczyk is so versatile, and Debo, the same thing, as a defense, you don't know what you're trying to stop. So I don't even know if anybody really is a decoy. McCaffrey would be the decoy, but he gets the ball so darn much that he's nobody's decoy.
That's why this whole thing reeks of as close to perfection as we can think right now, because there's no way to guard them all. There just isn't, and that's why, obviously, that's the fair answer to my question, which is health. What are you worried about?
Sure.
Remove that because that's omnipresent no matter what.
Yeah.
But if this team is relatively healthy, why are you seeing monster numbers for Brandon Ayuk in the passing game? Well, because if I'm a defense, I'm like, I'm going to take my chances, just maybe guarding Ayuk one-on-one, and he's too good for that. And if you have Christian going one way and Debo going the other, good freaking luck. And if you do have a play where that all works out, Kittle's probably going to be open over the middle, has such a physical presence, and now you have a quarterback who makes great decisions, delivers on time with accuracy, and has a little mobility. Good luck.
Yeah.
I don't if you're a defensive, I don't really know what it is you're supposed to try to do. Make it hard on them. The Giants came out and said, look, we're going to blitz like crazy. Every play, we're just sending the house. And it sort of kind of worked.
It did early.
For the first half, it made the Niners look wobbly. It did not change the score, though. They did the same thing they do every half, 17 points. It's the same thing every time. So that's what they tried, but even the Niners have shown the ability to adjust out of stuff like that and bite you. Even when you come with that approach. I don't know what the approach is.
Well, the approach is have your 4-man rush win and then have your 7 guys behind able to rally up and make the tackles that they need to make. And that's what makes this Dallas matchup so interesting for me, because Dallas can try to get home in 4, and they've got a game wrecker in Micah Parsons who can come in there and cause you a little bit of discomfort. Because the one thing about this Niners offense so far, outside of the Giants' blitz-happy approach, they have not been uncomfortable in any way. Brock Purdy has not looked shaken. Yesterday, 20 of 21 is obviously an anomaly, but this offense has looked like they're dictating to the defense. No defense has dictated to them yet.
I think that the matchup this weekend that's really, really going to be interesting, as I said, when I watch other teams, it looks to me like the offensive coordinator has stated, do not hold the ball. If the first read's not there, maybe you get to the second read and that's it. Then get on the move. You got to get the ball out of your hand, because if you don't, from Bosa to Armstead to Hargrave to Moore, you're in a whole lot of trouble and you're going to cause turnovers. And if you cause turnovers, you're dead against this team. Well, Dallas is much more of a downfield offense. They do want things to develop. They do want to go deep to CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks and Gallup, and they want to get down the field a little bit. And so it's a contrast of styles, and to see who sort of blinks first. Are the Cowboys going to come in with a more dink and dunk approach, or are they going to try to hold ground against that defensive line and take the risk so that they can play their own game? That, for me, is kind of where the matchup lies. If the Niners can turn back over once or twice, they're going to win the football game. If not, they have the offensive weapons to move the ball against the 49ers, for sure.
Yes, without a doubt. And that, to me, becomes the ultimate matchup because the one area where I see this 49er defense lacking a little bit is in the secondary. And you saw it yesterday, not only in the 99-yard drive, but Josh Dobbs was able to find open receivers, Niners playing off coverage, and then that's where teams like the Giants, boom, dink and dunk. Or if you're going to play up on guys, you had, I think Lenore got beat on a double move on a deep ball, and you had to play action pass to Brown, go for 40+. I do think the secondary, if the pass rush doesn't get home, can be had a little bit on the back end.
I do have some numbers that might make you think better about the 49er defense and secondary than you currently are. But let's go to Grandpa Daddy first. Hey, GPD, what's up today?
Hey, what's up, MTW and Dibley? What's happening, gentlemen?
It's a good day. It's a Victory Monday.
It's a Victory Monday, and I woke up, and I'm vertical. It means a lot when you get to my age.
Amen. It means a lot at any age, GPD.
Hear you.
There it
but
is.
Listen, man, wow. If you're not a believer, I mean, like, there's no more Mr. Irrelevant. He is Mr. Relevant. And I don't care what anybody says, he showed us. And I'm going to say this. Even though Debo didn't get any touches, you have the Splash Brothers in Golden State, and then Run CMC and Debo, they're the Slash Brothers because they can do it all. They're slash receivers, slash running backs. We got the Slash Brothers and the Slash Brothers, baby. And I'm going to the Dallas game next weekend. It's an early birthday present for Grandpa Daddy.
I love it, Grandpa Daddy.
That's a good ticket. And let me say this while I think, hey, GPD, thank you so much. It's always good to hear your voice. I feel the need to say this. It's not going to work, but I feel like saying it, okay, just because he brought up going to the game. I feel like most of you at 2:53 on a Monday are sober. Most of you are sober right now. No fights this weekend. Just please.
Sorry. I thought you were running material.
No, I know that I am.
Let me just get this straight.
I know.
So you're asking for
not going to go well.
A Sunday night game with a highly motivated, liquored up crowd against a bitter
rival.
multi-generational rival. You're asking for us not to throw hands?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that.
I already said I know it's not going to work.
No, I do appreciate the sentiment.
I don't want it for our sake. I want it for yours. Like
me, mine, or
no, like whoever does it. You're just going to end up in jail and all over the internet. Like it's.
Well, and that's obviously not a deterrent.
Well,
we've got Niner fans fighting other Niner fans last time.
I know.
I don't know about yesterday. I haven't checked my IG feed to see the latest, but
I think Cardinal games are relatively safe.
Yeah, a lot of red.
I did see an awful fight at the Charger-Raider game.
Really?
Oh, my God. Charger fan just absolutely.
Charger fan must have been lost.
He's not
Where's
lost
the beach?
anymore. We know exactly where he is. He in jail because he attacked the hell out of a Raider fan.
Really?
Yeah. And just, pummeled him and then went back for more. Shoved him down the stairs.
Dang.
Like it's the most terrible. It's just, I can't stand it. But anyway.